Good morning, citizens of Manatee County, my fellow veterans, and ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2020 Veterans Day Observance Ceremony brought to you by the members of the Manatee County Veterans Council. My name is Edwin Robinson, and it is a privilege and an honor to serve as the 2020 chairman of the Manatee County Veterans Council. Under normal circumstances, we would be having this in Veterans Monument Park, a beautiful outdoor venue just behind Manatee Memorial Hospital. But these are not normal times, and if you look outside, those are not normal weather conditions. And so we thank the Board of County Commissioners of Manatee County for once again allowing us the use of commission chambers for this event. In a Veterans Day address in 1989, retired Army General Colin Powell, then the 12th chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, spoke about Veterans Day much this way. He said, "The nation owes a great debt to its veterans, whose service to the nation spans every decade, every year, every day of our country's existence. Through untold courage and sacrifice, America's veterans have secured the liberty which the Founding Fathers sought to establish here in the New World. Whenever and wherever the nation has called, in times of darkness and danger, as well as in times of peace and prosperity, America's veterans have been there. Veterans have proudly carried the torch of liberty for all to see." This occasion is a moment to bring recognition, celebration, and honor to those brave men and women, soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen, whom at one point in their lives raised their right hand and said, "I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic," whom at one point in their life raised their right hand and said, "I will carry the torch." And so today, as a beacon to our allies and as a warning for those who oppose us, let it be said from Manatee County throughout the Suncoast, throughout our nation, and clearly around the world, that when the call goes out, America's veterans will still be there, and we will still be dedicated to the cause of carrying the torch of liberty for all to see. And for this cause, we have this ceremony, and I welcome you to it. If you are able, and to the folks in the gallery here in Commission Chambers, if you are able, please rise for the Call of the Colors presented by Korean War Veterans Association, chapter number 199. I will return with an invocation, which will then be followed by the national anthem performed by Ms. Robin Fernandez.
Detail. Halt. Left face. Present arms. Order arms.
Let us pray. Almighty God, our creator and sustainer, our light and our fortress, our wisdom and our strength, you moved upon men and women to establish this great nation. You stirred men and women to hope and to dream for a land of freedom, and we praise you for this great nation. Lord, you have inspired many of our best and brightest to volunteer to proudly stand and defend our beloved country. You have given us brave and loyal citizens who have steadfastly served in their chosen branch of our military. We gather here today to remember our military personnel, and we acknowledge that their service enables us to walk as free men and free women in this great land. Lord, today we seek to honor your sons and daughters who have served or are currently serving our country. We are reminded that because of their service, we can live in safety. We ask that you abundantly bless those who have served, and may their service time be rewarded in every way. May they gain earthly and heavenly blessings from their unselfish love of country. May each of our veterans feel honored, not just today, not just on this occasion, but every single day. These things we ask in solemn adoration of your most holy name. Amen.
Detail. Present arms. That's good.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Detail. Port arms. Right face. Forward arch.
Ladies and gentlemen in the gallery, you may be seated. The Veterans Day Proclamation for Manatee County will be read today by Mr. Lee Washington, Veteran Services Officer for Manatee County.
Good morning. A proclamation. Board of County Commissioners, Manatee County, Florida. Whereas the Congress of the United States of America has declared that November 11th of each year be set aside as a public holiday to honor Americans' veterans. And whereas the veterans of Manatee County gave their all through service and sacrifice to our country, and it is fundamental and precious rights of freedom and democracy. And whereas the veterans of Manatee County express their support of the men and women of the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard who now are serving around the world and represent a resolute commitment to protecting not only our freedoms, but the liberation of the same of others. And whereas it is proper to honor those veterans who have served with selfless love of God and country to preserve these United States, its freedoms of democracy, and the inalienable rights of its citizenry. And whereas the citizens of Manatee County wish to express their continuous indebtedness and admiration to our veterans, who are found in every sector of our society and are the bedrock of our community. Now therefore it be proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Manatee County, Florida, that November 11th of 2020 shall be known, designated, and set aside as Veterans Day in Manatee County, Florida, and that the traditional 11 a.m. Veterans Day services, the period November 4th through November 11th of 2020, shall be known as a time to support our troops and veterans in Manatee County. And further, that the Board of County Commissioners calls upon all citizens, schools, businesses, associations, and the news media to pay tribute to our troops and veterans by properly displaying the flag of the United States of America, by conducting and attending appropriate ceremonies during such period, and by exercising the freedoms and privileges that so many fought and gave their lives for. Adopted with a quorum present and voting this 27th day of October of 2020, Board of County Commissioners, Manatee County, Florida, Betsy Benak, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. At this time, I will call upon Paige Morrison, Constituent Services Rep for the offices of Congressman Vern Buchanan, to deliver some remarks on behalf of the Congressman. Paige.
Thank you. Congressman Buchanan regrets that he is unable to be here this year, but it is an honor for me to be here on his behalf. President Calvin Coolidge once said, "A nation which forgets its defenders will itself be forgotten." This nation owes an enormous debt of gratitude to those who have put it all on the line to protect our freedom and our ways of life. From all walks of life, these veterans have left their families and their friends to sacrifice their comfort, their time, and money in order to serve our country. Many have made the ultimate sacrifice and given their lives. It was a year ago that Bradenton soldier Nick Panapinto lost his life in a training accident in South Korea. Tragically, more soldiers die in training accidents than in combat. That is why Congressman Buchanan is leading the fight in Congress to reform practice and training and to help save lives. The Congressman is proud to represent a district which has nearly 85,000 veterans. As his constituent services representative for veterans, it is an honor to advocate on their behalf. Every day we are fighting to ensure that veterans are receiving the quality health care and benefits that they deserve. Simply put, these brave men and women deserve all the care and respect that this grateful nation has to offer. Thank you to all who have served, and God bless America.
Thank you, Paige. Please send our word to the Congressman that we are truly honored for his service and to please come and see us at an opportune time. A person who loves, supports, and defends his or her country and its interests with devotion. That is a dictionary definition of the word patriot. To find a more live version or definition of the word patriot, I believe that Noah Webster would have had to include our guest speaker today. Linda Gould retired as a colonel from the United States Army in 2011 with more than 29 years of active duty service. She served first as a military intelligence officer and then as a fully accredited Latin American Foreign Area Officer. Her career highlight was serving as the commander of the United States military group in Guatemala from 2006 to 2009. It would make her the first female Army officer to command a U.S. military group in Latin America. She completed her final tour of duty as the Deputy Chief of Studies at the Inter-American Defense College at Fort McNair, Washington, D.C. in July 2011. Colonel Gould holds a Master of Arts in Latin American Studies from the University of New Mexico. She holds a Master of Strategic Studies from the U.S. Army War College. She has received her undergraduate degree in International Studies Latin America right here in our own backyard from the University of South Florida, and she is fluent in Spanish. Since retiring from the Army and returning home to Sarasota, Linda has become very involved in the Sarasota community through volunteering for the American Red Cross, the U.S. Masters Swimming Organization, and the Military Officers Association of America and its Sarasota chapter. She was named Sarasota County Female Veteran of the Year for 2015 and is a 2018 class member of Leadership Sarasota County. Through her consulting business, Gould Solutions, she continues in the community consulting on various projects, most notably for the Patterson Foundation on their military initiative. I have seen her in action. She is truly not only the definition of the values that we hold dear as veterans, but she is a strong female veteran. She is a wonderful woman, mother, daughter, and true patriot. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great privilege and honor to present to some and to introduce to others our guest speaker, Ms. Linda Gould, Colonel, United States Army, retired.
Thank you very much. It's my honor to be here today. Veterans Day, a day we honor veterans, we thank them for their service and sacrifice. Many of you know me from my work with the Patterson Foundation, who constructed and donated Patriot Plaza, the outdoor amphitheater out at Sarasota National Cemetery. In the times we are living, it's been difficult to experience Patriot Plaza fully, although it is an outdoor space and you're able to go out and see the amazing art and architecture. It features commissioned art that honors veterans, inspires patriotism, and embraces freedom. The Patterson Foundation and the Patriot Plaza team are working actively on different ways to share with the community. They'll be doing 4 different family engagement books for all ages. The first one is honoring Veterans Day. We're also working with the Ringling College of Art and Design Collaboratory to do a virtual tour of Patriot Plaza, specifically starting off with those 8th grade civic students who had a field trip out to Patriot Plaza embedded in their curriculum. The Patterson Foundation funds the busing for grades 4 through 12 in Manatee, DeSoto, Sarasota, and Charlotte County to come out and experience Patriot Plaza, but we all know that won't be happening for a little while longer. So in 2021, we hope to be able to offer you a virtual tour, and then later in that year, we'll be looking at some of the deep dives and some of the artwork so that we can share and you can experience from your homes. The theme of Patriot Plaza is what led me to talk today about honoring veterans, inspiring patriotism, and embracing freedom. Today and every day we honor you and your service to our nation. You inspire us to stand together as a community and a nation, and we embrace our freedoms that you maintained for us throughout your service and sacrifice. Patriot Plaza is a place of peace and reflection, and it's a lasting tribute to veterans and their families. It preserves memory through art and communicates your stories to future generations. Your stories. The very best stories come from each of you, the veterans. On this Veterans Day, I ask you to tell your stories to your families, to your friends, to your community. We want to know them. We want to listen to your stories, to learn and remember and continue to honor you. We want to know about that 17-year-old boy who had to have permission from his parents because he was not yet of age to enter the Army Air Corps and fight in World War II as a tail gunner on a B-24. He came home, thankfully, used the GI Bill, got a college degree, and went back into the Army, commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Field Artillery Corps. He deployed to Korea as a fire support officer. In July of 1953, his unit was overrun by 6 enemy divisions. During the battle, he called in fire on his own position in order to hold the enemy off long enough to lead his men from behind enemy lines. His particular unit that he led was one of the only ones that brought all their men safely home. For gallantry in combat, he was awarded the Silver Star by General Maxwell Taylor. He made the Army a career and served in Vietnam, becoming a three-war veteran: World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Those who serve deserve our debt of gratitude. Vietnam soldiers did not always get that, so I take this opportunity to say we thank you for your service and welcome home. I learned these stories from letters from this man to his wife that she kept all these years. She's now 95. But I didn't get a chance to hear them in person because he didn't share them. This man was my father, David C. Gould. He went on to serve in the Army for 30 years and raised a family with children of service, a daughter who taught for almost 40 years in the school system. He had a son and a son-in-law who served as Air Force pilots and a daughter who served in the Army. When I served, one story for you, in 1999, I was stationed in Honduras as the liaison officer between a U.S. unit, Joint Task Force Bravo, which was located on a Honduran Air Force base, and the Honduran military. 1999, that was 1 year after Hurricane Mitch had devastated Honduras, the end of October 1998, when it hovered over Honduras for 3 days and dumped more than 60 inches of rain over that country inland. A year later, Honduras was still struggling, but all of the hurricane assistance from other countries had come to an end. I was approached by a Honduran businessman who had 20,000 pounds of food, rice and beans, medicine, and clothing that he was desperate to get to a village deep in the Mesquitia jungle. It took 16 hours driving to get to the edge of the jungle, and then 14 hours more on foot to get anything into that village. How would we do this? I talked to the Aviation Battalion Commander at Joint Task Force Bravo, and we got creative. We were approved to move those supplies as a real-world training mission. We loaded 2 CH-47 Chinook helicopters, those are the big ones, for cargo and people and humanitarian missions, and we went to find Enyate. After following the coordinates that we had been given, but not finding the village, the pilot's voice came over my headset that we only had enough fuel for one more pass to try and find the village. He let me choose the direction we would go for us to make that last attempt, and we came upon a clearing with the largest American flag I have ever seen. We landed and we were met by the villagers who formed a human chain to offload those desperately needed supplies. I was given the gift of a hollowed out bamboo stalk with flowers in it, and to this day, that bamboo is one of my most treasured mementos from my service in the Army. Thank you for letting me share my stories today. Now please tell us yours. We remember you, we honor you, and we thank you for your service and your sacrifice today and every day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for those wonderful remarks, and I hope that everyone follows Colonel Gould's call to tell our story. It's important that we do. You don't know how much help or how much services or how much support there is when we share it. Again, Colonel Gould, we are honored and we are thankful. As is tradition with the Manatee County Veterans Council, we present 3 awards to 3 deserving citizens of Manatee County. We present one to a Citizen of the Year, to an Auxiliary Member of the Year, and we present the Frederick J. Graves Memorial Award honoring the 2020 Manatee County Veteran of the Year. These went through a nomination process, and the field was vast. And so we believe that these 3 recipients are worthy of the honors that are bestowed upon them today. They truly represent the best of who we are within Manatee County. Our 2020 recipient of the Frederick J. Graves Memorial Award is this gentleman for whom I did not have to write a wonderful introduction for. I simply am going to read bits and pieces from his nomination letter from his friend and fellow trustee. It reads, David Daly has been the heart and soul of Braden River Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 12055 since its establishment. As a charter member, he has served as post commander for 4 years and as the adjutant for 12 years, and is the primary reason that the post has received All-American and All-State honors several times. He coordinates a lot of the post's activities, including poppy drives, the JROTC scholarship programs for Braden River and Lakewood Ranch High Schools, the Post Patriot Pen and Voice of Democracy programs, the Post involvement in judging senior projects, and all of the Post's fundraising activities, and he is also a member of the Post Color Guard. What really impacted me in this letter is this next paragraph. It reads that David's desire to assist veterans has resulted in a close relationship with the lead social worker at the Bradenton VA community-based outpatient clinic, who contacts him when she identifies a veteran in dire need of assistance. Dave coordinates the post response to ensure that the veteran is taken care of, whether or not that veteran is a member of the post. But on a lighter side, it is written that Dave Daly has gone to at least 2 eating establishments that didn't offer a Veterans Day discount. And they did offer it to Dave because Dave was bold enough to ask a simple question. Why don't you? Dave does all of this while having a full-time job in St. Petersburg from Monday through Thursday. So all of this wonderful activity that I've read before, he accomplishes on Fridays and on the weekends. This is the picture of a tireless servant, and this is the picture of someone deserving of said honor. At this time, I will ask my vice chairman and Florida Veterans Hall of Fame recipient, Don Courtney, to assist me in this presentation. The Frederick J. Graves Memorial Award, designating the 2020 Manatee County Veteran of the Year, is presented to David W. Daly, First Sergeant, United States Army Reserve, retired. Past Commander, floor is yours.
Good morning. I would first want to thank the Manatee County Veterans Council for this great honor. I am so honored to be up here and representing our post and the veterans of Manatee County and all veterans. There's nothing like the feeling that you get when you're able to help a comrade in need or hand out a scholarship and award to a student at one of our area schools. It is a great honor, and I love doing it. None of this would be possible without the love and support of my lovely wife, Rhonda, who's been with me by my side for 35 years. Through the good times and the bad times, you were always there and supported me. I love you very much. I want to thank, special thanks to my VFW comrade and Commander Graham Ellis, my friend, my support. He's usually standing right beside me when we do all these things, so I greatly appreciate you. I want to thank my good friend and comrade Gil Ruderman for his mentorship, his leadership, his support, and most of all, his friendship. I am so honored to call you a comrade. Many times when people walk up to me and ask me about thanking me for my service, I tell them, I love my country. We are so blessed to wake up here every day because of our veterans. Don't ever forget that. Because of our veterans, we can do the things every day in safety without fear. And I'm glad that I'm an American. And finally, I want to thank my comrades at the VFW Post 12055. I share this honor with all of you. Thank you very much, and God bless America.
Our 2020 recipient of the Auxiliary Member of the Year is no stranger to military service. She is the widow of a World War II Navy veteran, the sister of a Vietnam Navy veteran, aunt of a retired Army colonel who served in Iraq. She is the mother of an Air Force vet and stepmother to both a Navy and Air Force veterans. Her love of active troops and veterans is continuously demonstrated as she honors those who fight or have fought to keep us free. Margaret Smelser is a 40-year member of the Manatee chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. She has served in leadership positions for 12 consecutive years, from 2008 to 2019, including 3 terms as treasurer and 2 terms as regent. She has also served as chairman of the DAR Service for Veterans Committee. Under her leadership, her committee attended the No Next of Kin funerals at Sarasota National Cemetery, which is a vital service. She has shopped for holiday meals. She has helped pack boxes for deployed troops through Manatee Operation Troop Support. She sponsored a local dog for a local veteran through Paws for Patriots. She has volunteered for the annual Veterans Stand Down, and we most certainly thank you on behalf of Turning Points. And she has passed out American flags at the Veterans Day Parade. During the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War commemoration, she coordinated a presentation in her subdivision to present medals and certificates to all of the Vietnam vets. She coordinated a similar presentation for her Ohio classmates during a recent high school reunion. She has made it her mission to keep an eye on the condition of the flags in her neighborhood. And whether in an airport, store, or restaurant, whenever Margaret sees someone wearing a hat or a jacket or a shirt that identifies them as a veteran, she approaches them and thanks them for their service. As chairman of the Manatee County Veterans Council, I know the strength and the impact of this recipient. I could not do the job that I do without Don Courtney on one side and this recipient on the other. She has truly made my tenure as chairman a worthwhile and valuable experience. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and honor to present to you the 2020 Manatee County Auxiliary Member of the Year, nominated by the Manatee chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, Mrs. Margaret Smelser.
I didn't know that Edwin was going to give the quote from Colin Powell. Samuel Cox from Ireland and Michael Beery from Switzerland were the 2 most influential veterans in my early life when my mother first joined Daughters of the American Revolution. They were my 5 times great-grandfathers who fought in the American Revolution to free us from the rule of England. David Adams, War of 1812. Sylvanus Cass, Union soldier in the Civil War. And Edwin mentioned my immediate family and all of those who have served. I have the sincerest respect for those men and women who have served, those who have given their all, those who carry the battle scars, both visible and unseen, for this country. This respect and admiration has grown from this long family history and the love for the freedom for which they fought. For all they have given, my work has been so small, but has been a great privilege. Thank you to all veterans. It is with deepest honor I receive this award.
On the council, Margaret is one of my very best friends, and she will remind me, Ed, we do not have to put a motion in for the treasurer's report. We simply have to put it in for review. But the impact that she has made has been tremendous and most deserving of this honor. Thank you so much. Which brings us to our Civilian of the Year. And anybody that knows this Civilian of the Year watches her activities and asks a simple question. Does this woman know the definition of the word stop? Because, and I say this in the most glowing of terms, she is running in competition with the Energizer Bunny. Because I have finally seen a live person that just keeps going and going and going. Her nomination letter reads, "Here are just a few of the many projects she has done recently." As far as the Manatee County Veterans Monument Park, Janice Clockey led a team of 5 to 12 people cleaning up the park where the council conducts the annual Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies if we had had better weather. This work was not just done for Memorial Day. She and her team came to clean up the park monthly, and this cleanup includes minor maintenance like scrubbing the monuments clean of dirt and other debris. She wrote and justified a grant to the state and national Elks for thousands of dollars to make major repairs to the park when required. When it came to Manatee County Veterans Village, the Veterans Village is the residence of prior homeless and near homeless veterans looking to get their lives back on track. She invested many hours of planning and raising funds to provide all of these veterans with a full hot meal at the annual summer picnic and the Thanksgiving meal, where she made sure everyone, to include the veteran support staff, did not go hungry. May I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, she's planning right now for this upcoming one. In addition to this, she wrote and justified grant funds worth thousands of dollars to buy bedding, washers, dryers, and many other items of need to help facilitate their next steps to success. When it came to the Vets to Success and the Vet to Chef program, Jan wrote and justified grants to provide the class of Vet to Chef with new chef jackets, hats, and tools for their trade. She, along with her Elks team, attend all of the graduations. This also supports and promotes each of these veteran students to obtain new jobs. To date, thanks to Janice Clockey and the Elks and to Vet to Success founder Brian Jacobs, many, if not all, of the graduates have found employment. When it comes to the annual Stand Down event, Janice has led her veteran support organization to raise thousands of dollars in funds to help support this especially important and long-lasting event that helps many homeless and those at risk of homeless veterans from all over our Suncoast community. She and her Elks team stayed for the entire day, providing all in attendance with valuable information on drug addiction and how to seek help. For the Army of Hope, This past January, Janice and her team raised over $20,000 to aid family of veterans and active duty service members. This equates to a variety of worthwhile support programs that happen on an annual basis. When it comes to the Bay Pines Nursing Home Veterans Annual Picnic, Janice has and continues to coordinate, cook, and serve meals to the veterans of the Bay Pines Nursing Home. Her heart is all in for these people. I wish to expand that last set of comments. Her heart is all in for all of the veterans that she can reach in Manatee County. The list goes on, and she just keeps going and going and going. And so on behalf of the Manatee County Veterans Council, we would like to say, stop for a minute, just to be recognized and appreciated and thanked. Nominated by the Benevolent and Protective Order of the Elks, Minnesota Chapter, number 2734, would you please welcome with me the 2020 Civilian of the Year, Mrs. Janice V. Clockey.
Thank you, Ed, and thanks to the Manatee County Veterans Commission. I just find it an honor to be able to give back to veterans after all they have given to us. Thanks for your service, and God bless America.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call again Ms. Robin Fernandez, who will lead us in a wonderful rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
I heard some of y'all try to hit that high note. I dared not to touch it. Thank you, Robin. Before I give the benediction, there is one last thing that I would like to do, and I would like to call again upon Don Courtney to please come up. This whole program, it was Don's planning. It is said that the speed of the team is the speed of the leader. However, I believe that the strength of the leader is the strength of the team. And for a full-time working adult and chairman of this council, it was really challenging for me to juggle all of the responsibilities that I'm able to do. Don gave me 3 words: I've got this. And every time Don Courtney says, I've got this, you can take it to the bank. Whether if we would have been out at Sutton Park in Palmetto about to get ready for a parade, or whether we have this event like this right here, Don is always by my side, and Don always makes sure that the values of the council to the public are displayed tremendously. I wanted him recognized today by the members in this gallery and by the members watching today to say thank you because I could not have done this. You have made me an amazing chairman, and I consider you a patriot and a friend.
Thank you very much.
Let us pray. God, our help in ages past and our hope for things to come, our shelter from the stormy blast and our eternal home. We thank you for what was said here, though many will little note it. We thank you for what was experienced here, though many will not long remember it. But for the service and for everything that our veterans and our men and women in uniform do here and there, wherever there is, let us not forget that. Let us always take a moment to step back and pause and honor that the freedom we have even to assemble in places such as these is because there were men and women who were willing to defend it. God, we ask your continued blessings upon each and every one of us and to continue to bless our country, indeed the greatest nation on your earth. It is with great joy and pride these things are prayed for. In your name, amen. This concludes our Veterans Day observance service. On behalf of the officers and members of the Manatee County Veterans Council, thank you for watching. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.